Well, hello, and welcome back. I'm AJ O'Neill. I'll be your Beyond Code Liver for tonight's Beyond Code Live. This is like the fifth one today, I think. So, where I left things off, I actually did push a whip or work in progress commit for this. As you can see, the title of it is whip. So I'll rebase that away once we actually finish this, but this is good for us to preview it here. A couple of things. So I didn't quite finish the documentation because I was rushing. I got some of it wrong. So I do need to have an examples.js that I can run that will run the examples and print things out and basically be part of what's in the documentation. The purpose of the documentation, by the way, if you have private repositories on GitHub, if you have public repositories on GitHub that have crappy readmes, just make them private. Don't screw up the world any worse than it is. We want to make a good README here. And I was thinking about what to name this. I don't know if I actually named this in the last one or if I decided that, but that xtz, like ecstasy, ecstasy, it's not worth it. Anyway, but I also remembered that I do have the @root namespace on NPM, so I think I'm going to dual publish it, just kind of see which one gets more SEO or whatever. But anyway, we just need to finish this up. So we need to show the two things that the library does. So it does... this I think is pretty clear, except it's wrong because this is 2 time zone and it's giving a local time, and then it is giving, this is not correct. This is a bad example. And also I kind of want to put up a little web page where you can demo this. So I think I might put that up on a GitHub pages or something. I'm not really quite sure what the right way to go about that is quite yet. I think it'll be a GitHub pages, but just something so you can put in a time and you can see how it works or something like that, because it is a little bit more than what you can copy and paste in your browser. Maybe there's a way to use it on NPM. I think NPM, let me just click on this here. I think it has a run in your browser type thing. I don't know where that went. I thought it had something like that. I don't know. But anyway, we need to finish making it browser compatible. That's another thing we need to do. So there's a couple of things we need to do. And let's get to it. Because daylight's a-wasting. As in the daylight is long gone. Okay. So first thing, let's make this work in the browser real quick. That's pretty easy. So we have a module exports. I think what we do here, I forget, with all the different wrapping systems these days, they all, kind of screw it up in different ways. It's hard to remember what the right way to make things work in the browser is. It's been a minute since I did both. But I think, let's see if I remember this correctly. What we do is we create, let's call this xtz, and it's an object. And then, I think what we do is we actually just assign. Then, is it like that? Is that how we do it? I don't think that's quite how we do it. Let me try to remember. We wrap this thing like this. And then we declare this mabob up top. And then we assign it here. And then if undefined is not equal type of exports, then we do module.exports equals xtz. Something like that. That'll work in a normal browser. I'm not sure with all the transpilers and all the nonsense they do. It should work, but sometimes they do really weird stuff and they break things that normally would work, which I find rather obnoxious, in case you can't tell. All right, so what is this complaining about? What is it not like? doesn't like that what? It's supposed to be like this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So there's our code all indented one level. So you just expose xtz to the browser. Okay, so we got that. That's good. So if I do cat pb copy here, that puts it in my paste buffer copy, pb copy, paste buffer copy. So now I can open this up in a console, I can paste it in, and then let's go ahead and try this little bit right here. I will do, oh, what's that one? Is that the one I want? I think this is the old one. Let's close that out. This is the new one. So let me do xtz to time zone. Is this right? Interesting. xtz. How is that undefined? It was defined right here. Ah, I know. It was not invoked. I'll have to go look up. I remember the latest way to do it to support Webpack and whatever is something that you have to do. But it's crazy to support Node and browsers, and then Webpack is its own system unto itself. There's all these little little things, you know, kind of like that you got to do. But particularly with Webpack, the frustrating part is because it emulates both Node and a browser, and I don't know. It should just let things work the way that they have traditionally worked and not break things that were already working. But sometimes they do. I'm going on a tangent rant, whatever. I'll shut up now about that, at least. Okay. So let's go ahead and just test that the example. Does the example work? My guess is no. That makes sense. Because this would be like that, and it would give back a different answer. Yes, this makes sense. So if that is the current UTC time, what is the time in New York? That's the correct answer. Okay, so we need to update the README here, because what I did was I gave an example for the other one. I gave the example for 2 UTC. We'll do it like this. And actually, I'm going to call it TZ. Yeah, we're going to call it TZ. It's going to be cool like that. Gosh, I just did one of these things recently where I had it support browsers in the latest way. Okay. UTC. So this is for Node, JS, and browsers. All right. So I think if we did it that way, I think this is correct. Okay, let me try this now. Yep, okay, So now that example is correct. I think I'll just have to have node and browsers in a couple of places. Okay, so we want to give this example I think this is the most important one, is the to UTC. Oh, we don't want November 11th for that one, do we? Whatever. It works. Unless it doesn't, which we'll find out soon. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just going back and reading this to myself and thinking, is this the right way to phrase it? But it doesn't matter. I just need to get the thing done. And this could also be said as there we go. I think that is the appropriate thing. This might maybe deserve to be in the comment. I just want to make sure that it's really clear what the value of this is. If somebody just looks at the README for 2 seconds, will they get it? Okay, so let's try this and see if these things are true. So this one is true. Oh, and we're going to need an npm run test for this too. Don't let me forget that. Oh, and I do have the Twitch and the YouTube comments open right now, so let me check those. All right. And then this one. Let's see if this one is correct. All right. And then let's see, what was some issues that we had here with the README? This is slightly too long. Convert from a time zone to UTC. Convert UTC into target time zone. Convert a target time zone into UTC. Will that work? That's the same number of characters, isn't it? Convert UTC into a target time zone. Convert a target time zone into UTC. Maybe target is too strong of a word. Anyway, Okay, I think that this part is going to look better now. Let me try bat here. A little better. I don't know why Vim's syntax highlighting is failing me inside of the markdown file. Okay. And I think I want to rename it from index.js to xtz.js. That way you can just take the one file and straight link it. I'm going to have to look back at how I do the Webpack stuff. I totally forgot. I think this would be Node.js and Webpack would be like this. And then browsers would be, we'd have a little HTML there. And then this would be true. Yeah, that should work. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do another whip commit so that I can see what this looks like. I think I want to change one more thing here. And all the whip commits, I'm just going to smush them together at the end. Normally I wouldn't do a whip commit on master, but in this case, since this isn't published and no one else. What UTC time will it be when it's 3:15 a.m. in New York? What time will it be in New York when it's 8:15 a.m. UTC? Okay. Oh gosh. Time is a cruel mistress. And I like to actually do my features with checkboxes. Looks cooler. More communicative. And let's see just how light is this. What if we, what is it, uglify? npm install -g ug. I keep on forgetting whether it's it's uglify or uglify.js or uglify CLI. I think this is it. Yeah. So let's take a look at this. And then we can do gzip of this file. What is it? Oh yeah, less than 1 kilobyte. That's nice. Five KB source, 2.5 KB minified, under 1 kilobyte, gzipped. Right? Yeah, that's about right. Okay, what else have we got here in the README? Let me push that change up and take a look at it. Okay. And then we're going to come up with a URL for this that's like the GitHub user content URL or whatever. Also, we can probably figure out like what's the npm cdn. JS deliver. cdn.js. Unpackage, maybe that's the one. Okay, this looks like this might work. And what about this one? Okay, well, we'll check these out and see if either of them work in just a second. this needs to move back up here, it looks like. Let's just make sure, I think really I just need, I'll call that a DT string. I think I just need to make sure that these examples actually work by creating an examples file. And then I think I'm good to go. Good to publish this and do the npm init and all that. Okay. So I'm gonna create an example file, examples.js, and we're gonna go with var xtz if xtz I guess this would work. If not xtz, then xtz equals require. Sure. That'll work. Okay, there we are. And then let's do console.log. Whoa, where's that autocomplete coming from? Okay. So during daylight savings would actually be 3:14. And then I can do console.log here. And it actually doesn't make sense to do console.log. I should do console.info because console.log I use for when it's debugging or some such, and this is not debugging. This is actually what the program is intended to do. It is supposed to log these things out when it is running as intended. And I'm thinking in part let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, let's do it like this. Yeah, this is good. All right, let's see what happens when I run this. Oh, this is not right though, because I'm giving it wrong inputs. Give bad inputs, get bad outputs. It's the way it's always been, the way it's always going to be. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay. Let's see. Same as new date to ISO string. Can I do that one? There we go. That's all right. And then we just do the opposite. So take the same bit and then say, what's the New York? What time is it in New York? At 8:15 on November 7th UTC. There we go, that's valid. And then let's say to time zone, add the T, add the Z, and then if I recall correctly, during daylight savings, that was 4 hours, so this would be 12. Well, no, because we're sticking with 8:15, so there we go. And then we need to stick with that. I actually don't know if these are quite correct. They should be. The one thing I want to do is I actually like to indent all of this stuff. Let's see if I can do that. Presentation. People gotta be able to understand it at a glance. That's what I'm going for, kind of, sort of. There's one more thing I might want to do here. Nah, I think this is good. Okay. Oh, the night waxeth late. Let's go over here. Okay. At 2 a.m. begins at 2 a.m. on March 14th. All right, what happens if an hour happens? What happens in March when 2 a.m. is skipped? Answer. There's no. This library will, although 2 a.m. is not a valid time, this library will resolve to 1 a.m. instead. Rather than throwing an error, this library will resolve to 1 a.m. Okay. And 2 a.m. happens twice. Since it is not possible to distinguish between, let's say not since, but the reason that I have this behavior is simply because that's the behavior that it has, not because it's the behavior that I necessarily desire, although I do believe it is good behavior. And put a code block here with the code of the test. Let me go back to the test here. And this was 2 a.m. Where do we have skip? I think this is worth putting in here right here. So xtz.toUtc what do we have up here? What do we call it? TZ date? Cool. So I'll call it TZ date equals this. tzDate.to ISO string. I think that's fair. So these two are the same. All right, and then same thing for the other one. The 2, 1:15 happens twice somewhere. Was it this first one? Must not be. Must be this last one here. Okay. Same thing. Well, I probably need to be consistent about that. TZ date. TZ date here, there, everywhere. Convert. Yeah, these examples are backwards. I'm going to have to fix that. Wait, is that right? Dang it. I hate it when I get confused. No, this is going to be, okay, this is still going to be UTC date. That's right. And then we're going to have the same thing here, except that we do have a particular okay. Although both 2 AMs are distinguishable in with ISO offset times, only the first can be resolved from a local time with this library. All right, I like those answers. Let's go ahead and give this a look-see. Uh-oh. What's that all about? Why is all of a sudden it too long? What happened? See date? Okay, whatever. All right, features, browser. So I need to change these TZs to xtz. Or maybe I'll just call it TZ, whatever. Yeah, I like that actually. Oops, no, that's right. Okay. Let's see, make sure the test is requiring that. Yep. Examples. All right, did I finish this one? I don't think I did. I think I started this, so I need to finish this example. What's the UTC equivalent? What's the, yeah, no, I think I did. I did finish those out. Okay, let's double check on that. All right, this all looks right, I think. Oh wait, that does not look right. No, it does. Okay, everything looks right. I could maybe put these in functions. Function demo tz to utc. Yeah, function demo utc to tz. Is that what it is? Gosh. Yeah, we'll just call it demo 1 and demo 2. Perfect. No worries. For the rest of your days. Hakuna Matata. All right. Where am I sitting right now? I don't need star.min. No, actually I do. I do want star.min. What I don't need is star.gz. That I don't need. But I do want star.min because I want that to be available from the repository and from the CDNs. And then I want to do npm init. Actually, before I do that, git remote rename origin coolaj6 git remote add origin, and let's give it the, I created another repository for this. Because I'm going to put it up on GitHub now that it's actually ready to publish. And I'm going to check out main, because that's where I'm going to put it on GitHub. Not because I'm into the politics of it, but just because it's the thing that people are doing, and it's become so prevalent that it just seems like, meh, might as well. I doubt that now that even Git is on board, like the authors of Git are on board with the change. It is a change that has happened, not a change that is happening, but a change that has happened. So I'm going with it. Okay, what was I doing here? I'm checking to see if there was any. Oh, I need to do npm init. That's what I was going to do. All right. The name is actually going to be xtz. The version is going to be 1.0. The description is going to be, what do you call this? Fast, lightweight, zero dependency library, translate between time zones and UTC. Yeah, might as well. Probably could come up with something better, but not right now. Entry point would be xtz.js. Test command is going to be node test.js. Repository, that is correct. Keywords are tz, time zone, date, ntl, temporal, polyfill, what else? Convert, translate, sure. License NPL2, is this okay? Yep, I think that's good. So now we have our package.json. And let's see. What else have we got going on here? I'm going to go ahead and do a rebase-i. Oh, actually, I think there's a couple more things I need to fix in the README first. Okay, what else is wrong in the README? Let me go ahead and check out master git rebase main, git push, git checkout main. There we go. So this should be the most up to date. All right, 2 time zone. Is this right? 2 time zone. I think this is reverse. I think this should be 2 UTC. Convert UTC into a target time zone. That example is obviously wrong. And I probably should fix it so that that's okay to do it the wrong way, because it's probably something that's going to be common and confusing when it doesn't work. Okay, so and that it's going to be -5 again. Yeah. Oh. Oh, this one's really nice too, actually. Maybe I want to showcase that right up front. To UTC ISO string, I think is what that actually should be. Gosh. To the last, even writing the documentation's tough. Alright, if I can just fix up these couple of examples here and make sure they're actually the right thing. So 2 time zone would be taking UTC, convert UTC into a target time zone. Right, UTC. Okay, so let's make sure that this is actually correct. And if it is, I need to make sure the next one's correct and then I'm done. Of course TZ is not defined. Alright, so it goes from 8 to 3 a.m. And that's what we're showing here, right? 8 to 3 a.m. All right, let's see. API. This is what we need right here. To time zone ISO string. To UTC. DT string to UTC DT string here. I don't even know if I quite like that format, but we'll go with it for now. All right, so I'm sorry I'm not saying much. This is, again, it's a lot of copy paste work and just working through the documentation, trying to make sure it's good. Just moving stuff around. Okay, that looks to be correct. Do I need the same as here? What is this? What is this? What is this? I think 2UTC actually feels like it should come first, but whatever. All right, what have we got? 2 time zone. I need to check something here. I'm just going to put that underneath that. There. Put this here. This does not look right. Oh, bother. This is not right. These are not right. I'll check it to see, but this is not right. I did the examples backwards. Yeah. So we need this to be 8. This should be 8. And if that is 8, then this will be 3 minus 5. That is correct. This will be 8. This will be 8. And this will be 3 minus 5. Okay, that's correct. Yep, okay, all of those things are correct for that one. Now I need to make sure all the examples are correct for this one. Was there same thing about using a date object? Relative. Oh gosh, I just copied and pasted between these two, didn't I? I didn't finish writing it. That's what my problem is. Okay, I see now. Now I'm getting it. All right, so this one would be tz date, tz date. Okay, that's fine. And this one needs to be utc date. And this one needs to be to UTC. There we go. Now it's starting to make sense. So this will not be treated as relative. Absolute UTC time. Alrighty. And then what we need is the finale here. We need this bit. Yes, this. Okay, use ISO like timestamps. That's the one where we do this. Yes. No Z. Make sure we don't have Z's where we have spaces. This is just one of those things where we're going to have to check. Oh gosh. And the time is up, but I'm not done. I will finish this tonight. I want to be done with it. This has dragged on so long. Right. Where are we at? UTC date. Where was I? Right here. So we use this, we convert it directly to an ISO string. Great. Or our bespoke date object. As the source time, but the date's UTC time would be treated as a relative to the time zone rather than absolute. This is JavaScript's lack of bidirectional time zone support. I might want to say something else in here. xtz is a poor man's temporal policy. but just for time zones. I just wanted to put the word temporal in there, catch some SEO. Okay, did I finally get all of these right? Yeah, this looks right. Okay, so then the last thing that I need to do is actually show that our UTC date is going to be the right thing. So let's just double check that here. This looks right to me, 3 a.m. We're going to shift 3 a.m. Sure. All right, there's the UTC date. Copy it in, and we should see 3 a.m. minus 5. Oh, that's not good. 2 time zone, did we mean 2 UTC? I think we meant 2 UTC. I think that's why we're having a problem here. That's what we meant. Now what do we get? Yes, good, correct. Okay, I think everything is now actually correct. Questions are answered. Examples are given. Tests are there. Okay, oh whoops, I meant to get push master and get checkout main. All right, this is the, hopefully this is the last run through of this code, or of this README. All right. Fast, lightweight, zero dependency library to translate between time zones and UTC. I do want to put in here no depths because I just love that. No depths. Master, get rebase main, get push, get check out main. All right, we've got node instructions, we've got browser instructions. Browser instructions we're going to have to update for the CDN once we publish it to NPM. Okay, a couple of minor edits here. Just a little grammatical thing. Let's go ahead and move that here. All right, I feel like everything that can be addressed is addressed. Maybe I can make this even a little slimmer yet still. You know, one thing I'm not showing that I think I ought to show is what TZ date looks like, which is year 2021, month 11, day 7, hour 3, minute 15, second 59. Maybe I'll go back to this way. This was not a bad way. Oh. What all is in that object anyway? It's been so long I forgot. Offset time zone name. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. I like it. Can I do similar for this other one here? I think this is all the same information. put that on the 14th instead. Put it at 7. That should be 240. And that would be daylight time, right? Let's go ahead. Time zone name, offset 240, hour 3. Yep, everything looks good there. I think that's a good example to have. And then here, I just need to adjust this to be 03 and 14. And then double check that this is to ISO string. Yep, that's what I expect. Minus 400, yep. I think, because that's showing minus 500, and it should be minus 400, right? Yes. And then let this in a new date to ISO string real quick, make sure that comes up as 7. I don't think we need 2 of those there. And that does come up with 7. Okay, so that's good. All right, I'm feeling really, really good about this. Solid. Super, super solid. Oh, this needs to be changed to 7. All right, let's rebase. Whoa. Add 15, and let's just call all of these, well, we need to reword this one, and then all of these are just going to be fix-ups. So pick to fix-up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think this is ready to publish then. Let's publish an rc.1 first. All right, push -u origin main. All right, we should see this appear on the GitHubs. Oh. As always, because there's all sorts of theft out there, you want to always make sure that the title of your thing links back to your original repository, so when it gets copy stolen, by bots and content builder networks or whatever, the SEO goes back to you because they're linking back to your original project. Very important. Add origin link. Good. Oh, and that's wrong. Need to typo fix that. All right. Dang, I feel like this is pretty good right now. Probably about as good as it's gonna get. And what else? npm publish public, right? Come on, OTP, don't fail me now. Or do. Eh. There we go. Okay. So now let's see if we can access it on these CDNs. Let's try JS deliver. xtz.min.js. 1.0.0 rc.1. And it is xtz, right? Yes, and there it is, ladies and gents. Cool beans, cool beans. And then let's see if we can do the same thing with unpackage.com. And it looks like we can. Cool. All right, so now I just need to update the README with those URLs. Do an npm version bump. Let's Let's see, npm run test. Cool. Tests are passing. Let's see, unpackage or JS deliver. Unpackage looks cooler. It doesn't look like it messes up anything. Now, I just wish I had a little way to do a little demo site for this. Let's get a real version in here. Now, normally I'd use npm version. Well, let's see what happens if I do use npm version. All right. Let's see. Update for unpkg and JS deliver CDNs. Update for CDNs. Okay. Let's see if I do npm version patch. Oh, good. Oh, look at that. So git push tags, git push npm publish. All right, here we go. And 0507 858. And there we are. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Oh, it's already got a star. I wonder who it is. How is that even possible? Must have a bot or something. Anyway, I think that's a wrap on this. Now to tell the world. All right, there we go. And let's give a prime example here. Maybe this. Yeah, I think this is good. Let me see if I can fit the whole thing here. Probably won't fit all of that. We'll see how much we can get. Ooh. Ooh. Fits exactly. Ooh. Not every day that happens. All right, well, it's done. It's done. Now, got other stuff to do. All right. Well, I hope that you enjoyed sitting in silence. Adios.